And believe it or not, I bragged at the beginning. He is the superintendent of Lapeer Community Schools. I bragged at the beginning of how nice it was to have so much time. And I'm not going to get all my questions in this hour. But you're doing a great job and really giving us an insight into where Lapeer Community Schools are headed. Let's talk about what is the West building now. What's that going to look like come fall?
That's probably, Greg, one of the things we're most excited about for a variety of reasons. Number one, the West building, the physical plant, the facility itself, its location, the athletic fields that are there, the building itself, still remain a vital part of what we want to deliver for students and families. And there's a lot of, I think, misunderstanding about where the savings comes from. And we hear all the time, well, if you don't close the building up and board it up or sell it, how are you saving this money? It goes back to an earlier answer that I gave about personnel costs. And the amount of money it takes to pay the personnel to maintain a large Class A high school far exceeds what our plans are in relation to keeping the West facility itself open and offering student programming. So we believe at this point, and this is anecdotal data only, one of the only public school districts that are going to be able to offer what we're calling our college on-campus program. High school students, for a number of years, have been able to take college-level coursework, but have always been dependent on the institution that offers the credit. So, for example, if it's U of M Flint, and you've gone to Lapeer in the past, Lapeer schools in the past, you can take courses at U of M Flint if you have exceeded the course requirements in a particular department. So let's say you've maxed out your math coursework in Lapeer, and you want to take a freshman-level math course at U of M Flint. In years past, you've had to go to the campus, and hopefully that fit into your schedule. It didn't conflict with a job or a sport or extracurricular activity you were in, and hopefully it was convenient for the family. Maybe your family doesn't have two cars. Maybe dad works third shift and you don't have time to go in the evenings, whatever it was, but it limited students' opportunity to do that. We've actually signed an agreement with 4 different colleges. Mott Community College has been a great partner for Lapeer for a number of years. U of M Flint, Baker College, and Eastern Michigan University, who are now going to send their professors to the West Campus during the school day to offer college on campus dual enrollment credit for our students. Well, what if you don't have a car? It doesn't matter. We'll shuttle you from Lapeer High School. But if you want to drive yourself, you can. And so we'll be able to utilize the facility of West for that purpose, which will eliminate any barriers for students who want that opportunity to challenge themselves with college-level rigor. They will no longer have an excuse, so to speak. We've already had hundreds of students sign up for this because we just recently completed our course selection process. Hundreds of students sign up for this opportunity. So we know that kids are thirsting for it, but it has always been limited based on their personal circumstance. We're also offering a science, technology, engineering, and math, which is short STEM, an acronym, which a program that is being fed by a similar program at the middle school level. So we have middle level students who will be taking Project Lead the Way courses that will feed into this science, technology, engineering, and math, which, as many know, is a huge field of opportunity for students in the job market once they leave. We'll have a program housed at the West Campus that will service that need. We're also moving our alternative high school from the Crampton campus to be housed at the West Building. A portion of our virtual learning center will be housed at the West Campus. Some, not all, of our advanced placement courses will take place there, and some elective courses as well. So the West Campus is going to get plenty of use. In addition, we are going to outfit several of the classrooms with computers to make that an online testing center. Much of our testing is converted to an online format, or at least a software-based format, not paper and pencil anymore. But it's always, testing day in a particular building has always served as kind of a disruption, right? Sure. So if certain students are testing, we turn the bells off. Right. We tell other students they can't use the labs, they can't use the media center, they got to be quiet, and it really is a disruption. Well, let's take this tested students out of their building, and that building can function as normal for the rest of the day. Send them over to the West Campus in an air-conditioned computer lab, kind of a quiet, more better testing center, better testing environment, and then get them back to their building later in the day. Additionally, West is going to be home to our brand new athletic complex that we are fundraising for, and you'll be hearing a lot more about that in coming weeks about the four-year phase of building a state-of-the-art competitive athletic complex for all sports: baseball, softball, track, lacrosse, football, tennis, and we're really excited about that because our students need those great facilities to compete in. And not to mention that will also serve as a revenue source for the district as we rent that facility to outside groups that want to come in and use it. We'll also be able to get a lot more eyes on Lapeer. Foot and car traffic downtown and business, and we host major events that are bringing in thousands of people from the outside who can go shop in our local shops, can eat in our restaurants, stop and fill up their tank at our gas stations. So having a marquee athletic facility is a benefit to the community at large. So we're really excited about what's going on at West.
That's awesome. And sort of piggyback on that, what's going on at Maple Grove? Because some people like me, who I consider myself fairly well informed, have thought that the building was empty.
Sure. One of the things, as part of the overall strategic plan, we wanted to find quality uses for buildings that we either closed or sold. So when I first came here, we made the decision to close Seton Elementary School, which we sold to a local church. And we're happy to say that the Assembly of God Church, the West Campus now, formerly Seton Elementary School, is going to host for the district. We have an innovation night where we're going to be sharing with the community in that area the new things that we're talking about right now. And that's going to be on April 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Assembly of God West Campus, formerly Seton. But again, a great connection with our community, a church that was looking for space. We were able to sell that piece of property to the church, sold Elba, and that has now also become a utilized facility. Sold the Hadley building, which was purchased by Hadley Township, another great use for the community. They have that property now. And Maple Grove, we wanted to keep and maintain in case we ever needed it for overflow. Let's say all these plans bear fruit. In the next 5 years, there's a windfall of students coming from all over, and we needed to expand. It'd be a great problem to have. We couldn't sell off all our remaining properties, so we kept Maple Grove. We actually entered into an agreement with Community Mental Health whereby they lease a large portion of the building because their facility was really insufficient for their programming needs. And so we met with that organization, and they now have a large part of what they offer inside of that. We also use the building as our current virtual learning center, and we also have some special needs programs in there for students from 18 to 26. So that building is fully utilized, and the lease agreement that we were able to sign with Community Mental Health significantly offsets the cost to the district in terms of maintaining that physical plan of that facility. So again, just more efficient use of all the buildings in the district. Had to sell some to really kind of reduce our footprint and utilize the remaining buildings and put them at capacity. That's the difference. We can't have empty classrooms. We can't have vacant buildings. We certainly can't ask our taxpayers to support that. And my challenge to the community has always been, you should criticize the district if we didn't do those things. If we didn't act in an efficient and fiscally sound manner, then we deserve your criticism. We're doing that and delivering an innovative design, on a bare bones budget, and making no complaints about it. That's what you demand of your local school district. But certainly, we're excited to be able to do all those things as a result of the community supporting some of these tough decisions.